Am I live? Okay. Hey, you guys, welcome back to my live. Oh my god, we have just so much to talk about, you guys. Like, so much to talk about. It is insane what is happening right now in this great country. America is so ghetto. Ghetto, okay? Like, why are we so ghetto? Like, this country is so ghetto. Now, if you haven't been living under a rock, you know that Luigi Mangione, I think that's his name, Luigi Mangione, which is it's such an Italian name. Um, after all the mobbing, the mobbing of it all, you have an Italian going after corrupt, corrupt people in the healthcare business. It's insane. I think I want to take this off. Should I take this off? Wow. It's been a roller coaster. I've been seeing so many things on X, and liberals have been just like screaming on the rooftops over Luigi, because the man is fine. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like the man is not fine. People who was trying to accuse me of saying like, "Oh, but he's cute." It's like, yeah, he is, but that doesn't mean he should go out and murder people. Like, duh. Like, I hate people so much. Oh my god, I just can't. Like, people make me shake. Like, I'm starting to shake. Let me get into it. So, Luigi Mangione, he has been arrested. And the way this man has been arrested is so... It's almost like he wanted to get caught, in a way, you know? Because we already know. It seemed like he has basically planned this to happen from the very start. A lot of information has come out about him. That he was an Ivy League student, valedictorian. Like, he went to school that was like literally $40,000 a year. Like, it's obvious that he comes from money, and it's very obvious that he was very, very against the healthcare system. I mean, a lot of us are, you know, a lot of us are against the healthcare system. Um, especially a lot of us that are poor, like myself and like whoever may be watching. Um, it's very hard out here. Like, you go to these doctors, and maybe you have an emergency, and you're not able to, like, this is not like cut and dry capitalism, what like leftists think this is. Capitalism is where you are able to know the price of things, and whether or not you want to actually go there and, you know, buy such products. When you're at a hospital, you don't know what the fuck you get into. Cause, you bitch, one day they can deny your claim, and the next day, like, going into the hospital for, like, you know, I don't even know, like, your back is hurting, and they don't even support you, so you have to pay, like, what, thousands of dollars of medicine that you did not even know that it costs that fucking much, when you could have went to a fucking store, a regular drugstore, and got the same medicine that they're fucking prescribing you in the fucking hospital. It's insane. I think the healthcare system is a racket. It is a racket, bitch, because it is. It's a racket. I think that it's not cut and dry capitalism. Yes, it is a business, but real capitalism, like, you know what you're getting into, and they fuck people up every single day. You know, I understand that, but this guy had a motive. I'm gonna get into it, but I'm gonna tell the story again, and then we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of it all. So it all started about a week ago. Um, Brian Thompson, he was going out. He was in Manhattan, in Hilton Hotel. Usually he has security. You know, that's a part of their policy to have security for these CEOs, because they know that, like, they're always in deep shit. Well, this particular day, which is surprising for me, like, why wasn't security with Brian Thompson this day? We will never know. Luigi, he knew exactly what time, where this man was, and that supposedly that the security guard wasn't with him that day. Like I don't understand. And as y'all seen from the video, which I cannot show on here, I wish I could. Um, Luigi, he comes behind him, points the gun like this, and pow, pow, gun jams, pow, pow, pow. Again, walks away, go on an electric bike, and scurries off. And my issue with everything that, like, everyone is so sick in the head. Everyone, especially in my generation, they are applauding this man because this man is hot. I'm not here to deny that the man's not like he's not attractive, but he's still a killer. Brian Thompson had children. Like they may not have been I don't know what age they are, but period he had children. He had a wife too. And the thought of you guys out there applauding this and thinking that this is such a tremendous win, and I've seen it on the right, I've seen it on the left, like this is like a centrist like thing that people are applauding, you know? It's very little to no people like that's like me who think that this man is ticky ticky boom boom crazy. You know what I mean? And he's not dumb. He's not some poor person like off the streets, like looking to avenge like, you know, his what, like his people that can actually be able to fund, you know, anything that they be charged if they were to go to a hospital and the claims were denied or whatever have you. You know, like he's good. And what really it's like it's sadistic, you know? There's nothing about this guy that I find to be able to applaud because what you did, the only thing you did, Luigi, and I feel like I'm talking to him, the only thing you did is destroy your life, for one. Two, that man's gonna be replaced with someone. And it may be with someone that is much, much more corrupt than you can ever imagine. Who can be a puppet, an actual puppet, and do even more worse. So what did you do? And did y'all know that like the DOJ had an investigation out on Brian Thompson? So we would never know what Brian Thompson was actually doing. Supposedly he was doing like some insider trading, like trading, sorry. And the DOJ was investigating him. Now, Luigi, sir, the one who went out and murdered this man, who could have potentially been in jail for doing some like shady shit within that country and within that company. Now we'll never know. We'll never know. Cause no real justice will be prevailed. You've murdered the man. He's gone. So what would this change? Like, tell me, what would this change? Because it won't change anything. There's no justice. People are still going to be fucked over by the healthcare system because the healthcare system is intertwined with the government and with big pharma. So what are you going to do? What has happened? Has it gained like attention to the issue? But everyone already knows there's a big issue. Everyone knows it's a big fucking issue. So what the fuck did you do? Nothing. But let's get into nitty gritty. So, as you already know, yes, he murdered that man and he fled and he went supposedly to Pennsylvania. But my thing is, as he was leaving the crime scene, don't you think a person like him who has been watching, plotting, on Brian Thompson for apparently so long because you have to apply. You have to, in order for you to premeditate this, you have to sit back and watch and plot. Because the killer is always ready to strike at any moment. He just has to wait for his moment. Why would you have a water bottle and leave it? Why would you put your mask down after you change your clothes in like some park? I think it was Central Park. Why would you leave a backpack with Monopoly money? Really? And some other item for the police to find? Why the fuck, when you were caught, you was at McDonald's with other evidence? People know who you are. They got a um they have a warrant out for you, and they are telling people that you are wanted, and people are looking for you as well for the $10,000 money of reward. And some woman in McDonald's saw you, but you had a 3D some type of 3D weapon. I don't even know. I'm not educated on weapons, bitch. They claim you have a manifesto as well, and these things were set on the table. That's what I've heard. And you was on your laptop, probably getting you a good old quarter pounder and some fries. I haven't had McDonald's in forever, bitch. But that sounds good. Anyways, and you're just sitting there out in the open after you just something about this whole ordeal. It is so planned, but planned by whom? Because there's no way that you can get to New York and then you're like, who helped you get through like the camera situation? Like, you couldn't have done this alone. That's my thought. Like, there's no way this man could have done this alone. No. Especially because you're what is it? One of his cousins is like what is it? Wait a minute. I think he's like the mayor or something of Maryland. I don't even know. I have it in here somewhere. But whatever. Like, yes, here it goes right here. I have it. Oh yes, I'm very prepared today, you guys. Like, I have everything. Believe me. It says Luigi Mangione is cousin with the sitting Maryland State Delegate Nino Mangione, who represents District 42A. I don't know if that could. I don't know. I don't know. But especially if someone helped this guy. I don't know. I don't know who. I don't know who. To me, I just don't believe that a person could have several IDs, have 3D printed guns, like acquiring a silencer when in most states, especially where he is, like New York, Pennsylvania, you're prohibited to have those silencers. He must have gotten it illegally, and I'm pretty sure most stores there do not even carry it because New York specifically, what I've known, and especially a lot of liberal states, they're very strict on people getting guns because they're commie. They're commie states. They're ultra liberal states that are commie and do not want people to have the right to bear arms. Period. So for him to do this so swiftly and also have such a calm presence about this, and it seemed like he wanted to get caught and all these different things, it rubs me the wrong way. It does. And it seems like that for a 26-year-old to do this, it's and so calculated in that way. And I mean, mind you, he is an Ivy League student. He is very smart. He has a very high IQ. Probably higher than mine's, bitch. Most likely higher than mine's. But for me, it's like, what, why? Like, not why, but like, what? What is that gonna change? You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna change anything. And you just ruined your life. And what kills me the most too is like, For New York, like you guys, there are so many killers out there. Like New York is a cesspool of killers. I've said this in my last video. Cesspool of fucking killers, bitch. And so many killers, rapists. It doesn't even matter, bitch. The police cannot even find these people, but so happen they can find him. But they couldn't really give us a lot of information about the assassins that were going after Trump so swiftly like they did him. So many evidence was left behind of these idiots that was trying to go after Trump. But we got him so quickly in New York. And the New York City police, they're not always so swift like this. You know what I mean? Mm-mm. I don't know what it is, you guys, but it just something so off about it, and the fact that so many dumbasses are celebrating this as like it's some type of win for them. People are online saying like, oh my god, this is the left's shooters, which are hot, young, and going after the healthcare system. And then this is the right, Kyle Rittenhouse. He's like the fat, ugly, white guy who is defending his friends, like, gas station, whatever. And that, look, this is the like this is what the right has, and this is what the left has. Like, oh my god, we're so much better. It's like, first of all, Kyle Rittenhouse did what he did to out of defense, and he actually did it to people that were he actually killed people out of defense that were literal like rapists and whatever. Like, I can't. Luigi went after someone who was literally innocent. Like, didn't even harm really anyone, really, to be honest, physically. Oh, this fucking why? Like, why? Why? Really? Bitch, we don't get tornadoes here. It's fine. Like, oh my god. I don't know. But I have a lot of different things on here that I do want to read to you guys because it's much more. If you're not on X, you won't really know a damn thing, honestly. Don't y'all hate that? Do you guys ever get that? Like the what do you call it? The alarms for like tornado warnings and shit. Here's something that turns me off, especially about Luigi, because he is prominent on like social media. Like on Instagram, he has like over 60,000 followers, which it's like, whoa, like he has so many followers. Like, wow, like he must have been really well known, And I'm seeing like, his parents, they sent out um, what was it? A a statement out, and they said, "We only know what we have to read in the media. Our family is shocked and devastated by Luigi's arrest." They're saying they're shocked. To me, I kid you not, I believe that someone in the family already knew what he was going to do. We offer our prayers to the family of Brian Thompson, and we ask people to pray for all involved. But here's the thing, you guys. What I don't understand, I will get into like, his background and what he's been doing and stuff like that, what I perceive him as. I just don't want to get into it yet. His sister was like one of the first members to actually come out and say something about her brother. But I found this to be very strange. Why the fuck? Why does it have to happen to me right now? I'm so sorry, you guys. I mean, it's not in my control. It's actually not in my control. I can't do shit about it. So why am I saying sorry? Thank God it went off. I'm trying to find this thing real quick. Yeah. Oh, here he goes. Ooh, his friend. This is what I'm gonna show you. His friend. Why is this so dirty? Oh my god, let me like clean that off real quick. Sorry. This is his friend. It still like looks dirty. Sorry. I don't even know why it's like that. What the fuck? Anyways, his friend said, "He's not a monster. I can't put into words on how worried I am for you right now. They have this story all upside down. I don't understand how can you get the story upside down? The man went out and killed somebody. That's something I don't understand. And how do you know that the story's upside down? Did he tell you about what he was going to do? That like I feel like his friend knew that he was gonna do what he was gonna do, and I feel like his sister knew what he was gonna do as well. Cause there was something on her. Why did I like not send it to myself? Probably didn't. Unfortunately, I'm always missing one thing, and then it's like awkward silence because I literally cannot find what I wanted to do, what I wanted to get. Mm, unfortunate. Anyways, but yeah, is that sound gone now? Thank God. I can't. But everyone's like really thirsting over this guy though. It's like actually really disgusting. And I everyone's like going through his Spotify now and they're like this is like his top songs on Spotify. It's Lana Del Rey Cruel World, Lana Del Rey White Mustang, Lana Del Rey Black Beauty, and then he has Taylor Swift songs and Charlie XCX. And then they're saying that he's bi too. So everyone's really like literally sucking this guy's like cock, basically. But anyways, there's a book that he was reviewing on Amazon, and this is where I start to go into conspiracy mode. Um, it's always something. It's always something about each of these assassins. Do you ever notice, like, even when it was with Trump, um, and his assassins, they're connected to like foreign, like foreign agents, foreign governments, or either they're like, it's something to be connected with the CIA as well, you know? And this guy was really intrigued by a lot of books. And one of the books that he was really intrigued by was like a Unabomber. It says Mangione's review of Ted Kaczynski's manifesto shows he believed when all other forms of communication fail, violence is necessary. Media would say he was radicalized online, but media excusing BLM rise as a language of unheard is in essence of the same message. But I want to read you his review because this is where I found him to be very sadistic and very scary. It's like people are claiming that he's like a radical centrist, but I believe he's a radical leftist. Honestly, okay. Oh, where did it go? It went away. Okay, this is what it says. Um, this book is called Industrial Society and Its Future. Clearly written by mathematics prodigy, reads like a series of lemmas on the question of 21st century quality of life. It's easy to quickly and thoughtless write this off as manifesto of a lunatic. Sorry. In order to avoid facing some of the uncomfortable problems it identifies. But it's simply impossible to ignore how present many of his predictions about modern society turned out. He was a violent individual, rightfully imprisoned, who maimed innocent people. While these actions tend to be characterized as those of a crazy, um, looted, I think that's what he said. However, they are more accurately seen as those of an extreme political revolutionary. So he finds Theodore John Kaczynski a political revolutionary. A take I found online that I think is interesting. Had the balls to recognize that peaceful protest has gotten us absolutely nowhere, and at the end of the day, he's probably right. Oil barons haven't listened to an environmentalist, but they feared him. When all other forms of communication fail, violence is necessary to survive. You may not like his methods, but to see things from his perspective, it's not terrorism, it's war and revolution. Fossil fuel companies actively suppress anything that stands in their way, and within a generation or two, it would begin costing humans lives by greater and greater magnitudes until the Earth is just a flaming ball orbiting third from the sun. Peaceful protest is outright ignored. Economic protest is impossible in the current system. So, how long until we recognize that violence against those who lead us to such destruction is justified as self defense? Let me keep on going, okay? Oh my god. Like, he's wacko, wokey, crazy. He's out of his mind. These companies don't care about you or your kids or your grandkids. They have zero qualms about burning down the planet for a buck. Some people in the world are evil. Deal with it. Like, I'm like, what do you want? So why should we have any qualms about burning them down to survive? We're animals just like everything else on this earth. Except we've forgotten the law of the jungle and bend over for our overlords when any other animal will recognize the threat and fight to death for their survival. Violence never solved anything is a statement uttered by cowards and predators. When I say when I read that, that's how I knew he is the killer. And he believes that it's justified what he did. Yes, he does. He believes that we are animals in the jungle. That if we see a threat, we should strike. So, so you guys, if you buy Dior, right? If you buy Dior and they're using low skilled Asians and they're getting paid pennies to make their garments, that means you should kill the CEO. Allegedly, that's what you should do. That's what he's saying. And every person, every business out here that is giving us oil, such as our gas and stuff like that, you should murder them because they're destroying the earth. That's what he's saying. You guys, I just do not like this man. I do not. I think it's horrible what has happened to the CEO. But at the same breath, I think the CEO is scum too. I think the healthcare system is scum too, but what we should not do is have violence as the answer. Because where does that get you? Nowhere. It actually don't. It doesn't. So this man who has like a degree in being what, an engineer? Are you kidding me? Just ruined his whole entire life. Because of, wokeness. And what I am so afraid about that this is going to continue to happen. So one day if you guys out there, you want to have a business. And maybe sometimes some things aren't ethical. A lot of these businesses, they do this because they don't want to pay that much. They don't. Nor do they care about your feelings. They want your money. And usually that's what businesses want, honestly. It's just not all businesses, but that's just how things are. Some people are evil and some people are good. That's just how the world is. But we don't fight fire with fire. Like we try to change it by actually raising up the next generation to be better. You know what I mean? But people don't want to do it that way anymore. They just want to use violence and think that that's okay to do and celebrate that. But the person, if you know who Theodore Kaczynski is, he literally was a product of the MK Ultra. He was also an Ivy League student. Did you know that? He was a project of MK Ultra. This has me thinking, like, bitch, like, if you do your research on people like that, and he's basically praising this guy, not only praising him, but agreeing with him about how he is a revolutionary, political revolutionary. You don't think that maybe, just maybe, he could have been like a little, touch behind the ears, given that good drug to make him like go out there and do what he had to do? So there's someone behind it. I just don't believe he was doing this by himself. I just don't. I don't believe it. I could be wrong, but there's more. There's more. Here comes another letter that came out. See, y'all won't see this. If you're going X, you won't. You have to really dig deep, because people. There are people that I follow that you guys don't follow. But this is a letter supposedly from him. This is like a grievance letter to the healthcare system. And Maria T. The first time the pain came, she ignored it. Then it came a couple times a year and she ignored it. Then every couple months, then a couple times a month, then a couple times a week, at the point by the time the tingling faded on numbness. The pain would start and the discomfort was constant. At this point, even going from the couch to the kitchen to make her own lunch became a major endeavor. She started with ibuprofen until stomach aches and acid reflux made her switch to I can't even say that word. Like it's I can't those fucking medicines literally have the longest fucking names ever. I don't even know. I cannot even say that. Then the headaches and barely sleeping made her switch back to ibuprofen. The first doctor said it was um, psycho psychosomatic. Nothing was wrong. She needed to relax, distress, and sleep more. They do the same thing to someone that I know in my family. The second doctor said it was a compressed nerve in her spine. She needed back surgery. It would cost $180,000. Recovery would be 6 months minimum before walking again. 12 months for full potential recovery. She would never lift more than 10 pounds of weight again. The third doctor performed a nerve conduction study, MRI, and blood tests. Each test cost $800 to $1,200. She hit the $6,000 deductible of Unitedhealthcare plan in October. Then the doctor went on vacation. My mother wasn't able to resume tests until January when her deductible reset. It's sad, honestly. The test showed severe, um, what is it saying? Neuropathy. The $180,000 surgery would have had no effect. They prescribed opioids. They just basically, I'm pretty sure this is his mother or something that went through this. But that's what I'm assuming. They drugged her with opioids. The first pain relief was worth the price of constant mental fog and constipation. She didn't tell me about that until later. All I remember is that we took a trip for the first time in years when she drove me to. Um, it's really hard for me to read this on her. They took her somewhere. I'm sorry. This fucking thing is like blurry. To go to the aquarium, I saw on the otter in real life swimming on its back. We left at 7 a.m. Listened to Green Day on the 4 hour car ride. Over time, the opioids stopped working. They made her more sensitive to pain, and she felt withdrawal symptoms after just 2 or 3 hours. Then the gabapentin. By now, the pain was so bad she couldn't exercise, which compounded the weight gain from the slow metabolic rate and hormonal shifts. And it barely helped the pain and made her so fatigued that she would go an entire day without getting out of bed. They put her on more medication. It was like some type of steroids. The pain was so bad, I would hear my mother, yeah, it was his mother, wake up in the night screaming in pain. I run to her room asking if she was okay. Eventually, I stopped getting up. She yelled out anguished shrieks of wordless pain of the word fuck. Stretched and distended to its limits, I turn over and go back to sleep. Ooh. All the while they bled us dry, follow-up appointments after follow-up appointments, specialist consultations, more imagined scans. Each appointment was promised to be fully covered until the insurance came. We were delayed and denied. Um, they put on other medicines. It did not. He says did nothing to help my mother suffering. It is the foundation of our entire society. My mother told me that on a good day, the nerve pain was like her legs were immersed into ice water. On a bad day, it felt like her legs were clamped into a machine shop vise, screwed down to where the cranks stopped turning, then crushed further until her ankle bones splintered and cracked to accommodate the tightening clamp. She had more days than good. See, I don't even want to read no more because honestly, to be I'm not gonna say like who, but this is something too that happens to someone that I know as well in my real life. And I do see I see his point of view. I'm not gonna read all of that because I read it already and it's just too much. He has major grievances, and to be honest, I don't even know if this is a real letter from him. I don't know. But what I know is, yes, he has major grievances. I don't think that he did this alone to murder this man. But this does give out a perspective that so many of us are going through with our family members, and we don't even know like how many people are out there having the same issues as others. But I still don't think it justifies going out and murdering someone. I really don't. And praising, simping, and basically sucking his cock just because he's attracted to do it. Because I think if it was someone else, no one would really care. Honestly, they just wouldn't. And I don't know what the solution would be to stop, these it's not all businesses, but the healthcare systems like specifically, who can change it? Will RFK be the one to change it? You know? I mean, it's he's in the talks of going against Big Pharma. Will he go against the health insurance, the coverages that they're doing and what it's almost like they are they're gangsters, and they hustle people like us who have extreme pain, like his mother did, or his grandmother, because I've seen also like his grandmother and grandfather also had major issues and they died. But they hustle us for our money, and it's insane. And the poorest people, including myself, they they always want money, and we're promised that it's going to be covered, but it's not covered fully. It's a mess. I have something to pay to myself. And it's I literally went in there for my foot, and they gave me this medicine. Did not know how much it was. It comes up to 400 something dollars. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's insane. And I will pay it off. I have no issue paying it off, but don't y'all think it's so shady? It's very shady. But hey, that's the business, and that's what they have built. The profit off of us. And, it is what the fuck it is. But anyways, ugh, it's a mess, honestly. It's a mess, sadistic, sad, and there's nothing else we can do about it. But I do want to get into like the CEO, and this just came out. I'm sorry, you guys. I have like a dry throat as well. I'm gonna move on to the CEO and what he was accused of. It says United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was facing a lawsuit accusing him and other executives of insider trading related to an ongoing Justice Department investigation before he's fairly shot outside in New York. Thompson, 50 years old, was one of the three United Health Group executives named in a class action lawsuit filed in May that accused him of dumping millions of dollars worth of stock while the company was subject of a federal um, and antitrust investigation, which investors say wasn't immediately disclosed to shareholders. United was aware of the DOJ investigation since at least October 2023. Instead of disclosing this material investigation to investors or the public, United Health Insiders sold more than 120 million of their personally held United Health shares. The suit filed by the City of Hollywood Firefighters Pension Fund alleges. It says nearly 25 billion shareholders' value was erased once the investigation was publicly revealed in February. Thompson was able to sell off more than 15 million of his own United Health shares before the value dropped. However, the suit states these words resemble a three-word tactic that the um, insurance companies are commonly accused of using to deny insurance services and payments. The phrase delay, deny, and defend, which was on Luigi's Bullets, is also the title of a 2010 book that is said to expose insurance injustice and explain how consumers and lawmakers can fight back. Um, yeah, it's see, and that's a shame. We would never know. We would never know what they was actually doing. We would never get actual justice for the bullshit they was doing behind like within that company. And it's over. Like the investigation on Brian Thompson, it's like no more now. He's dead. Will they actually continue to investigate now since a huge threat has been going out against Brian Thompson and the executives of United Health? Like, what would happen next? You don't know. Maybe they just put that under the fucking like they won't even worry about it no more. I don't know. All I know is we would never know what Brian Thompson was actually doing. Mm, it's a mess. It's a mess how people want justice, but they do it in such a wrong way, and it just fucks up everything. Mm. Anyways, Daniel Penny has finally came out. Like he was coming out, fucking partying and everything yesterday, and I think he was at like some type of bar because now he is like not even guilty of no charges, which I'm very happy about. If you don't know, like Daniel Penny, he literally was like the hero in a subway in New York. Speaking of New York, everything's happening in New York. Like New York is successful. I keep telling you. Where Jordan Neely, he was like this Michael Jackson impersonator. Well, before he went insane, he was on the streets, homeless. It seemed like the family didn't give a fuck about him then. They didn't give a fuck about it then. He was going out assaulting people, attempting to push women and shit like that on the train tracks, alleged assault. He was a mental case, and he was in that subway threatening people. So motherfucking Daniel Penny, he took matters in his own hands and said, "Oh no, no, no! There has been several other people that have been pushed on the train tracks, and you think you're gonna do it to me? You think you're gonna try to fuck me up? Not today." So he took matters in his own hands, put him in chokehold, and several other people were helping him, and they all praised him for doing so. But Daniel Penny was arrested, charged, and he has been like in court, and he's finally not guilty. But you know, nothing can ever go right. Like, girl, the BLM founder came out talking about how they want to kill us. This isn't right. They're like people are in the streets actually protesting. It's like, I'm sorry, but you guys, no, we're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Why, like, my people, black people, like, y'all are so embarrassing. You really are. You are the same motherfuckers out there. You are the same people out there where you tell people not to go and get help for their mental issues. Y'all are the same people who leave your own on the streets and run amok in the streets, and now you want to cry wolf and make it seem like you wanna cry sheep. That's what I'm trying to say, and make it seem like that. Oh, he was innocent. He never did anything wrong. Yes, he did. Yes, he had a warrant out for his arrest. The man was going out pushing people, doing heinous things, and breaking the law too. I'm sorry. And now his family all of a sudden, like Daniel Penny, he's not completely off the hook because his father, Jordan Neely's father, wants to literally put a lawsuit on them. But you think that that's gonna fly? I don't think it's gonna fly. Unless you get an ultra liberal fucking judge or something like that, and they fucking, make him pay Jordan Neely's family hella lots of money. I it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop unless, you know, blacks out there and many of these liberal fuckers out there, they actually stop allowing these people have, you know, getting access with needles and shit like that, lay on the streets, shit in the streets, do whatever they want in the streets, run amok, don't care, and don't care about them until they're gone. Until they can be like, this is a white and black thing, because that's the easiest. That's a low IQ thing that they can do to play the victim and to make it seem like the white man wants to kill us all when that's not the case. You have allowed that motherfucker to go out there and threaten people, and this is what happened. The court's on his side. Get over it. Rioting is not going to do anything. Because there is some truth. There is some truth to what Luigi said. Like, rioting, protesting don't do shit. It don't. It don't do shit. It doesn't. But you know what can do shit? Is changing the problem. Find a way to build a solution. How can we stop people from being on the streets and taking more drugs? Take away the drugs. Yes. Stop actually handing them those clean needles and allowing them to be on the street to shoot themselves up. Stop allowing that. Let's actually open up the asylums. Let's actually get people help for once. It seems like none of y'all want to help. We have, like in California, for example, they have this huge multi-million dollar, like, organization to help people with homelessness and stuff like that. What, hey, I see homeless people out there on the streets with maggots and shit on their fucking legs and fucking shit and piss on their fucking ass, all on the internet. And even when I went there, in fucking boxes and shit. But yeah, you have a multi-million dollar organization to help the homeless. You know what that money's going to? To their fucking pockets, bitch. If you want to make change, you have to fucking be the change, bitch. That's what you have to be. Or the people that you hate and don't like, you guys out here getting your degrees. How about you become the people that you hate and be the good guys? Make your own fucking policies. Stupid. I just can't. Such a fucking mess. Anyways, I think I'm done. I did want to get into Syria, but like honestly, I'm too exhausted to even get into that. I need to go to bed. But I love you guys so much. I hope you guys got my perspective on this. What do you think? Does anyone have like anything to say about Brian Thompson, Luigi, except that he's hot? Jordan Neely. I seen someone say like, oh, under my Instagram comment that like Daniel Penny should be arrested. They should have arrested him. It's like, why? The guy was threatening them and he used excessive force because why not? Like, to be honest, if someone threatens me, I'm not gonna even hold back. I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna threaten me, bitch. I'm supposed to pull something out of my bag, bitch. I'm supposed to pull something out of my bag. Don't play with me. Just like that woman went up to Nick Fuentes' house and he sprayed that bitch. You don't play around. You don't come on my property. You don't get in my face. Especially you making threats and shit like that on online. You have to be ready, so you don't have to get ready. Anyways, I'm done. Love you.